Hiya, hiya. It's another day here in paradise. Joey Reynolds with the warm. And I want to tell you all about this great weather, but I won't. They made a lifestyle out of weather. You know, it used to be in LA, they turned the weather on the TV. It was okay, 75, bye. That was it, you know. And now, of course, you know, we have all these conditions. We got global warming, we got the Polar Express. We have all these things that are happening that were not in the equation before something changed. And there are those who believe that it was just evolution, and then those who believe that we've been screwing around with the planets. I don't know. It's all out there, but you know everything's out there. We live in a pool, as what does the president call it, a swamp? Well, actually, you know that is a swamp because we really ought to take the money that people were deprived of when they went on this shortage and shutdown and come and take it from another source. For instance, when you drive in New Jersey or you drive in Florida, there's a pool. And if there's a lot of people who have accidents who don't have insurance, it's all covered by insurance because it's a no-fault state, I think. And what happens is you take the money from someone else, from your policy, and apply it to someone who is criminal or who didn't do the right thing. And so it's a pool. It's a pool. You know, you get raised, your insurance raised because someone else is not in the game. Now, that should happen in government also. You know, I mean, everybody ought to take and pool in, the congressman, the senators, the president, everybody ought to put their money together and be in a pool for those who were unfortunately out of work all last month. And they should get that money out of the pool or drown somebody in that pool because that's how you settle it. But everything has a sponsor. Everybody has a sponsor. Even in the 12-step meetings, you know, you have a sponsor, a 12-step sponsor, in AA and all of the other programs. It's a sponsor-driven society. Now, there are only two ways to watch television and radio and this too, and that is you either pay by subscription every month, or else you watch the commercials and hope you have TiVo and fast forward it and learn how to tune out commercials, except for Super Bowl Sunday when everybody miraculously wants commercials. That's because they're entertaining. And it's okay. You got to watch a little bit of entertainment to get through the good stuff. Now, I notice on the television, on the soap operas, for instance, they're starting to work our language. They're starting to say the word ass. That was never, it's not not one of the 7 words, but next they're going to be saying, the S word. I have a bird, you know, we have a cockatiel now, or 3. And so I put the bird on my shoulder, and the bird's been shitting all over me. That's the S word. Now, how do I communicate that to you? I have to say poop. Or he defecated. A bird defecating sounds so elegant. The bird shit on me. And I said if I wanted that to happen, I would have stayed married. Anyway, that's the wife. Which is Glenn Close. Very close to winning the Oscar now. She's my Facebook friend, you know. And I think she missed going out on that cruise with Gayle King and Oprah's girlfriends. Oh, that's interesting. They got to sit there and tell Charlie Rose stories all night. Or what is Dr. Phil really like? You know, I mean, that's got to be an exciting cruise. That's when I would go to the open bar, and I haven't had a drink in, 30 some odd years. Anyhow, I want to mention that there is a sponsor for everything, and even the room on the CBS Morning Show is sponsored by Chock full of nuts. No, I'm sorry, wrong coffee. I'm an older guy. It's don't you wish the automats were back where you put money in the they had a money slinger, a nickel slinger, a woman who sat in the middle of the room giving you nickels, and you would go and you give her your dollar bills, and she would give you enough nickels for you to go over to the counter, to the display windows, and pick out what you wanted. And you served yourself. We're coming down to that again anyway, so it's going to be robotics. Isn't it interesting how we're going to come right around to the automat all over again? But back to my story. We have sponsors, and Chock full of nuts is what I said, but I meant Dunkin' Donuts. And I think I wanted to introduce my sponsor because this is a low-budget show. Distilled white vinegar from the dollar store. That's hey, we don't have a budget. But you know, the dollar store, it's also got a little hoax to it now, because if you notice when you go to the odd lots in those stores, it says on the sign $1 up, $1 up. People are really trying to figure out how we're going to screw each other without feeling it. There's a good joke here, and I'm not going to tell it. It's the wife. Reynolds Rap.